guys, WhipChip here with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be doing something that I've been so excited to do for you guys, show you my custom Explorers Club. So I designed this thing from top to bottom in mecha bricks, and it was so exciting because I designed it digitally, bought all the parts of it bricks and pieces, and then I was able to, while the time the bricks and pieces were coming in, I was able to sort of fill out all the floors. So all of the stuff, all of these minifigures, which again, we'll take a look at in a separate video, not in this one, and all of these things that I was able to do, I was actually able to do while my bricks and pieces were shipping. So that way, when the set came, I was able to build the whole thing up, and now we can take a look for you guys, just like that. So with that out of the way, let's start with the Explorers Club itself. So of course, first we have to move all these minifigures, so let's just get all of these custom, these exclusive minifigures that I personally would put into the Explorers Club, as well as a couple of side builds which do play a part in the Explorers Club. So this thing, I'm just going to give you a full 360, is massive. You can just see how much, like, the width of it is very big. I use a lot of these big panel pieces, so you can just sort of see them. And you can just see the entire backside, which of course we'll take a look at in the middle. It has a full-fledged interior, many different play features, and just so many cool details, which I basically had to study from the TV show. But first, let's take a look and get a closer look at that passageway. So, starting all the way down at the front gate, we have a couple of these big gate pieces which can just be opened up right there. The pillars themselves that are holding the gates have some nice ingot pieces just to give them a little more detail on them. And then, when you move the gates open, you can see sort of this pathway. Now, the pathway itself I have all tiled off using more of those light gray ingot pieces, which I think just adds such a nice detail. Now, oddly enough, in the TV show, you can just sort of see that this is a very odd road area that they have going on here, because it's too small for, say, the land bounty, but then again, the land bounty is ginormous. So I kind of feel like, is this a driveway, or is this sort of just like a sidewalk? Who knows, but it looks really nice, and I love the way I was able to sort of get that all tiled out. So, taking a look at this main entryway for the Explorers Club, we can see we got a couple of doors right here. These have some nice compass prints on them, which I just absolutely loved adding. And then you also have these nice white marble stairs, which you can just sort of climb up and put your minifigure through into the interior. Moving on, you can see this nice sort of edge right here. I actually stole this from Sam's Brick Labs. That's where actually I pulled a lot of inspiration from this video. But of course, you know, his was made for one door and I made mine for two. Up here, I use this clock right here. Now in the TV show, it is a compass, but of course I didn't want to make custom stickers, so I just used this nice clock right here, and I think that works out really well. There's also a couple lanterns on each side, but you know, there's that. Now, honestly, the rest of the Explorers Club is pretty self-explanatory in the way I built it and the way it's detailed. I just used a tons of these red bricks. I actually had to place 2 bricks and pieces orders because all of these dark red bricks, they wouldn't let you buy over, I think, like 300 of them. And that's how many I needed. So I had to use a lot of those red bricks to get this sort of dark red exterior that the Explorers Club has.
I feel so alive!
There's also some nice white stripes up here, which I really enjoyed adding, but you can just see the rest of the design is pretty self-explanatory, like I said. The roof itself was really fun to build. They just use a ton of these dark blue bricks, as well as these windows right here. On each side of the Explorers Club, you also have these sort of the spine, which I just really enjoyed building. Those are kind of irritating, though, to line up all of those bricks, but I am so happy with the way they turned out. In my original model, I actually had them white, but I'm so happy I went with the gray. On each side, too, you can also see we got a couple of these big bushes, or sort of like these black bushes, I like to call them, just because they're so cubical. And on this side, I do actually have some vines growing up. Now on the exterior, which we can see in a minute, there's so much to take a look at, but let's of course take a look at first the lobby. Now, first off, let's start off with these staircases. Of course, I did carpet off the stairs, as well as add these nice railing bits right here, which I just really enjoy, as you can put minifigures on. You can see it's a very nice open area right here. We have a nice rug right here, as well as the entryway from the doors, which you of course can open right there. Now, this actual rug is stolen from the Disney Castle. In the Explorers Club, they have a very nice compass-looking rug, and I feel like this is the right rug to capture that design. You can, of course, fit the Sphinx, which we will take a look at in a minute, but of course you can fit that right there, and I think it works very well. You can just sort of see how it fits nicely, and that's why these pieces, there is no spot right there. That also gives way if you wanted to, say, put in Cecil's desk, which we will, of course, take a look at later on in the video, but you can fit it on those 2 studs, as well as sort of slide Cecil back there. You might honestly want to put him there before you put in the desk, so here you can actually just take him out, put him there, And there you go, there's Cecil's desk, of which of course is a very iconic location in the TV show. You can also take out Cecil's desk and put in the nice crystal chandelier that they have. Of course, we will probably not take a look at this one as it isn't very main, but you can just sort of see I built up this nice crystal chandelier as I was so excited to put it in my building, but then I realized that the floor was too low and that the ceiling is too low, and it doesn't actually look that good. I mean, compared to minifigures, it looks really good, because again, this building is just kind of massive, and it looks nice, but at the same time, you can't fit in the Sphinx, which I feel like is kind of a main part of the TV show. But let's just take that out for now. On each side of the staircases, oh yeah, and one other thing, I do have a potted plant back there. But a couple of other details you can see on each side. We have a nice comfy chair right here. That is actually a piece, or a chair from the, Kingdom's Castle. So you can actually take that out, and you can actually position it. I have 3 chairs all throughout the build, so you can see a couple of others ones right up there. But you can just sort of see those use a couple of ingots. Again, this is from the new castle, the Creator Castle coming out, and it was just really fun, because I felt like I was kind of exclusive using that early. You can also see there's a table, a crumpet right there, potted plant, I think I already pointed that out, and then also on this side a clock and a potted plant, another one of those. Again, in the TV show, I tried to emulate as many details as possible. Okay, so this is going to be really hard to do because this is easily the hardest floor of the Explorers Club to actually look at. It's really dark, so I do have my lantern right here, and I will be moving it, but again, it is going to be kind of hard as I am, filming and doing all this other stuff. So on this side, you can see we got a couple of nice maps right here. One of them is the Harry Potter map from, I think, what is that called? The map that they used to get around the castle. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm such a bad fan. As well as on this side, which has a pirate map. This carpet right here is also very nice. I really enjoyed sort of rounding it off right here. We have a couple of bookshelves in the back, which were really fun to build. Not a new design by me, but just a very simple one that works really, really well. We have a table right there with a lamp on it, which I really enjoyed building. We have this projector right here, which is, of course, one of the main attractions of this area, which you can see has the Storm Amulet right there, which was really fun to add, again, because, the Storm Amulet was where Clutch Powers was stealing it. I probably might add something there. I could add Clutch Powers as really bad drawings. I could draw that, can I? Right? On each side, too, we have a couple of these chairs right here, as well as some spears right next to the projector. Those are really fun to build, and I think that they use them against the Merlopians. I don't remember. You can also see that there's a nice table, some more crumpets, a teacup, and then on the other side, we have a potted plant, as well as the coat rack, which the guy used to fight off the Merlopians. Then for the pictures on this side, we can see we got a couple of them. We have a sailboat as well as a drawbridge, which I really enjoyed. That drawbridge is actually new for me, so that was pretty cool adding. Now, moving on, we'll take a look at the next floor, which is, I guess, the 3 main rooms of the Explorer Club. Sorry about the flash, but it gives us a better insight into the Explorers Club, I guess this junk room, I guess is the best word for it. So over here, of course, we have the main thing, the mirror that shows your worst fate. Not the mirror from Harry Potter, but the other mirror. So this is really cool. Of course, you can position a minifigure there, and, you can say Lloyd. Now, moving on, you can see we got a couple of stickered boxes. I used the stickers from the extra set. We have that chicken in the glass case from the TV show, which was really fun to add. We have a jungle mask. They just had weird masks all throughout the Explorers Club, so of course, again, had to emulate that in this design. We have a print from the Chinese New Year set back there. We have a Egyptian staff, which is of course from the Pyro Vipers. We have a couple of just pieces of junk, such as a stethoscope, a feather, a pirate map right there, some more maps back there. That's actually a custom piece I made a while ago for Scooby-Doo, as well as the idol from Lego Ninjago, the Reimagined shorts. We also do have that mummy hand right there, which I guess you could take off and put onto the door handle, which I really like, and have, Zane freeze it like in the TV show. But that was really cool. Moving on, you can see that there's this case right here, which does have a fang blade as well as a ribbon, which I like to think of as the Explorer of the Year award.
Oh, I dare say, this sojourn might qualify you for the coveted Explorer of the Year award.
Explorer of the Year? No, I'm not familiar with the title.
We have one of those really cool gem pieces from Lego City, as well as a trophy, and then a dino skeleton, which they did have in the TV show. But, of course, I had a ton of fun in making this room, and I can't wait because there is another play feature, which we'll take a look at when we get to the roof. But moving on to the next room, we have the entomology room.
This must be the entomology room.
The what?
Insects from all over Ninjago.
Now this room, again, in the TV show looked very similar to this. I tried to, of course, emulate the design perfectly. Now on this side you can see we have a nice little cupboard right here. Of course you can have this scorpion, which of course you got these spider webs, a nice spider, but the really cool part is that when Cecil comes in to try and stop the ninja, he accidentally blows open a case and the spiders and scorpions spill out. So of course I had to emulate that and have mine come out like that. And that was really fun to do. I actually designed all of these cases and all of this before I actually got the set. That way I'd be ready to put it in. We have a couple of maps right there. We got an Egyptian map as well as a fish, which is actually from Ninjago City. I think the set, I don't know, you can see it. But you can see we have a dino up here, which is really cool, a spider, as well as this heart with a jar of a Davy Jones heart right there. That's of course supposed to be the jar that Nia knocks over. If I had those bees from the Winnie the Pooh set, that's what I'd put there. We have another map in the back right there, as well as a cobweb, as well as just a little bit of a control area to control this big breeding tank right here. You can see we have another one of those cobwebs, some more junk up here, and then some spiders in the case. Now that was actually really fun to build that case because I have sort of a different brick built background. Now of course, just like the other room, the door can swing all the way open. Just had to point that out that this door can actually swing the whole way through. Nothing is blocking it. And in this room, we have the scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu, the room. Of course, right now the scroll is actually out, as I do consider that a little bit of a side build. But you can see right here, we have just some nice little pieces right here, and it just was a really fun build to build. Of course, the actual staff itself can't fit, but I tried making my own, but you can fit it right in there. On that jumper plate, you do have a couple of flags, which of course the ninja wrap the scroll in to sort of stop Lloyd from being corrupted, but you can put it in there, which looks very nice. And last but definitely not least, we have the roof area. Now up here we have a ton of different pipes, ton of different things. Now actually while making this, I did realize that there wasn't a water tower in the design, but I still think it kind of looks great. I probably will review it or remove it for when I put it in my city. But over here you have this fan right here which you can spin, just like in the TV show. You technically, it doesn't, it's connected in the TV show, but I just thought that was kind of cool to have it spin. But you're supposed to take that fan out right here, put your, say, a minifigure into this sort of air vent, and then watch the fun. You just pull on this lever, and he falls into the room right in front of the mirror. I have actually gotten it a couple of times where he will stand up, but I just thought that was such a cool play feature. In my original design, actually, I had this entire room be an entire pipe, so that was kind of fun to sort of change that up. So here is the Sphinx from the Riddle of the Sphinx episode, where it's got its name. So this was really fun to build. I had a ton of fun adding like the torches, which of course Cole and Sensei Wu, got wrong. And then of course Kai answered it right. You can see on the back we have a nice little tail right here, as well as sort of the mane. I tried building this to the best of my capability, but I was actually really blown away by how hard this was to build. This face, I tried to get it a little more rounded. I have some nice teeth up here. You can open it and sort of rotate it to get a little bit of more, I guess, different looks. I don't know. But you can actually open the jar right here. Let's see if the head stays on, and it can, and shoot your fire at your minifigures, but I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Next up, we have Cecil's desk. So let's move Cecil. Actually, this is the design from the bookshop, so I just wanted to get that out there. So it's not really my design, but of course I just took it and put it in from the bookshop. I thought that was the perfect design for the desk, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. We got a couple of nice ingot parts right here, as well as this compass right in the middle, just to emulate the design from the TV show. We got the phone that he keeps knocking over, as well as a lamp right here. Again, I guess you could also add the book of different scrolls they have in the Explorers Club, just to add a little bit more, I guess, correctability? Canonicability? I don't know. Well, that will do it for this video. If you guys stuck out this long, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I had such a fun time building this thing, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait to continue on later on. Well, that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye!